Hi, we're going to go over lesson 12.2 today over tangents. All right, so the definition of the book I feel is very confusing. It says to a circle is a line in a plane of a circle that intersects the circle in exactly one point. Okay, that's wordy. What it means is that you have a line and you have a circle, and the line only intersects the circle at one point. That's all it is. Okay, so you have a line and it just touches the circle at one spot. Now, why do we care? We care because of theorem 59. It says if a line is tangent to a circle, it is perpendicular to the radius drawn to the point of contact. Okay, now your book calls it point of contact. Every other book in the world calls it point of tangency. And what we're referring to is where the line and the circle meet. That point right there, when you have a diameter or radius, it forms a right angle. And that right angle becomes very handy because you can do lots of things. Mostly, if you connect this, you have a right triangle, and all the right triangle stuff comes back, right? So Pythagorean theorem comes back again. Now we'd have the converse, and so usually every theorem has a converse. And so it's opposite. If a line is perpendicular, so we know it's perpendicular first, and then therefore you can assume that this line is tangent. Okay, so it's perpendicular, then tangent. And back here, it is opposite. It is tangent and then perpendicular. Okay, so here are two examples, and let me explain how to do these. This is a radius. This is your point of contact or point of tangency, and this technically is a tangent line. Okay, and I know sometimes they draw it as a tangent segment, but tangent segment and tangent lines are to be kind of used in the same way. Now, they drew this third side in here, so you have a right triangle, and we're just going to do Pythagorean. So my hypotenuse would be 24, and the two legs are 20 and x. So 24 squared is 576. And then if I take over the 400, I get 176. And then I'm going to square root both sides. And we want to leave this in radical form. So this is 4 root 11. We've already had lessons on how to do that. So I'm not going to go into how I did that. Now for this next one, this one's really tricky. It tripped me up the first time I tried to do it because it looked like, to me, this X was out here. And so that to me meant this was 8. And that made it a much more difficult problem. We're going to say this entire length is X. And so when you have these problems, I'm going to have to be really clear on what I'm referring to and use brackets. Okay, so this line here, of course, is your radius. This is your tangent, and there's your right angle. So that means X is your hypotenuse. So my two legs are the 15 and the 8. So 225 plus 64. And then that is 289. And so I'm going to square root both sides and get 17. And that is it for today.